I think you lost me Monday evening. It all went a little bit weird towards the end. And yesterday, a little bit glitchy as well towards the end. Potentially something to do with my my battery on my computer. I've updated it. I've read a little bit online as to why that could be happening. Something to do with it being charging at the same time. So no charge today. I might have to put the charger in as we get near the end, depending on how the battery is. But we're just going to see how we get on. And fingers crossed, it's all good today. Please give me your feedback if for any reason it drops out. Again, it could be that there's so much traffic at the moment, especially this time of evening. Everyone getting on Netflix and YouTube and things like that. So yeah, we'll see how we go. If it continues to be an issue, then I might just leave the lives and pre-record a video, and then make sure it's uploaded for say 6-7 o'clock every evening for you to practice along. It is nice doing the lives, but it's no good if the quality isn't there. You know, it's going to get annoying for people. So we'll see how we get on this evening. So as a result, I've decided to do the same class this evening that we did on Monday, because a lot of you lost it, I think about 15 minutes towards the end. So we're going to do the same class. It's a strong one, but as always, you just do what you can, and it'll really get the legs more than you can get the legs, the quads firing up, and yeah. But like I say, we'll see how we get on. It's going to start off nice and gently in child's pose. So let's come onto our knees. Let's bring knees together and sit back on the heels. You can take the hands forward or behind, again, whatever feels good in your child's pose. And we'll just get settled in here. And as always, as you come onto your mat, always just taking a moment to notice how you feel. Always without judgment. And just acknowledging how the body feels, acknowledging how the mind is. Maybe you've been working from home, and I've heard a lot of people have been finding that they're overworking as well at home at the moment, probably not doing as much as they would in an office environment, not taking as many breaks as they usually would. I know that was an issue that I used to find when I worked in the corporate world and I was working from home. Sometimes you, it's easy to just keep going. So if it's been a busy day, a busy week for you, just acknowledge that and just allow yourself to let go completely. Allowing yourself just an hour now of mindful movement on your mat. Maybe acknowledging your emotional state right now. And let's start to deepen our breath. Drawing our inhales down into the abdomen, allowing the abdomen to expand like a balloon. And bringing that breath all the way up the body, into the chest, allowing the ribs to expand, armpit to armpit. Really starting to slow the breath. And lengthening your inhales and your exhales. And on your exhale, just see if you can let go a little bit more in this posture. Can you soften The forehead, soften the face and the jaw, soften the shoulders. And as I mentioned, if you've just joined, I'm going to be going through a flow class. It can be pretty strong in places. So as always, just doing what you can. Staying with your breath. And rest. If you need to rest, you can always drop into child's pose. And bringing the hands forward now. If you tuck the hands behind for your child's pose. Spreading the fingers, getting a connection between the palms and your mat. And as we inhale, we're going to come forward into those hands, sending the heart forward, dropping the navel, lifting the gaze. So coming into a cow position. And as we exhale, just sinking back down into our child's pose. Inhale, moving forward, finding that cow. Exhale, rounding the spine, finding your child's pose. And continue to move to the rhythm of your own breath. As always, moving a little bit more quickly or more slowly if you need to. Just taking a moment just to notice your areas of tension as we move through these two postures. So just working the spine through flexion and extension. And as we come down, option to continue moving through these two movements. This is your option one. Otherwise, we're going to come up onto the knees, send the hips forward, opening the chest. Then exhale, come back into that child's pose. Inhale, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, send the hips forward. Exhale, coming back down. And if this is too much in your lower back, it doesn't feel good for your knees as well, just continue moving through the previous two postures. Maybe you want to take the knees a little bit wider to give you a little bit more stability as you move. We'll do two more rounds. And again, option to continue with this one or the previous one. Otherwise, we're going to bring the left hand towards the left heel and inhale, sweep that right arm up, send the hips forward, open up. Then exhale, sinking the hips back down, send that right arm through, around, takes the right heel, left arm swings around, opening up. Just work into the front of the hips more than anything. If it doesn't feel good for the lower back, again, you don't need to take it so far, or you can just return to that previous movement. And then just starting to move with the breath here. This is all we're doing, as well as waking up the legs, the spine. We'll do one more round each side. And we'll come back into our child's pose. And then lifting the gaze, take an inhale. And as we exhale, just walking the hands over to the left side of our mats. And as we come into a side stretch, breathing into the right side of your body. Use that inhale to pull the ribs apart. Can you feel the stretch all the way down into that right hip? Inhale to move the hands back through center. And exhale over to the other side. And again, just breathe in nice and deeply. Inhale to come back through center. And exhale. Let's make our way to a tabletop position. So those fingers spread as always. The palms really connecting to the mat. Knees directly underneath the hips. And a little tuck to the tailbone. So we just don't want to be hyper arching the lower back here. Find your core. So draw the navel to the spine. Switch the banders on. Lift your pelvic floor. Nice and strong through the arms, through the shoulders. Wrap the triceps under. And really think about driving the hands, the palms of the hands into that. Really feel that connection. Keeping that core on, keeping that little tuck to that tailbone. We're going to step the right foot back and just press back through that right heel, just waking up that right leg. At the same time, we should be feeling the core work here. If you're going well, we're going to lift that right foot up. We're just checking that we don't start to dip into the lower back. Keep pulling tailbone under. At the same time, pressing back through that right heel. And just check that that right hip hasn't opened up to the side here, that those toes are pointing down. If you're going well, then the left arm reaches forward to find your balancing table. And hold, breathing. Continuing to find that connection to your core. Inhale. And exhale, hand and knee back to the mat. And we'll do the other side. Straighten that left leg back. So ball of the foot onto the mat, pressing back through that left heel. Again, just waking up that leg. And while you're here, just checking on those banders. Check in on that core. And if you're going well, lifting that left leg up. Just making sure that we don't lose that core connection. We don't lose those banders. Press nice and strongly through your hands. Press back through that left heel. And again, if you're going well, find your balancing table. The right arm comes forward. Staying here a few breaths. If it's too much, you can always bring that right hand back to the mat. All is good. Inhale. Exhale, hand and knee back to the mat. We will tuck those toes under now, send the hips back and up, and we'll find our downward facing dog. And your chance to pedal the legs in your downward dog. Again, just connecting to how your body feels. Maybe you've been sat down all day and the legs are feeling a little bit tight, the hips are feeling a little bit tight, the shoulders, the lower back. And we'll walk the hands towards the feet. Feet together, find extension through your spine, halfway lift. Again, maybe your halfway lift is here. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Round the spine, pull the head in. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Round down through your feet. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Or reach the arms overhead. Find extension through your spine. And exhale. Let's bring the hands together and draw them to our heart center. Close the eyes. And let's just take a moment. Maybe you want to set an intention for your practice this evening. Maybe there's an area that you wish to focus on. Maybe it's just to stay with the breath, to not push too much, just to practice patience. And gently opening the eyes. Inhale, we'll raise our breath. Find extension through your spine, ground through the feet. And exhale, folding forward from the hips as we come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, finding a high plank position. And the same as in our tabletop, we want that tailbone tucking under, we want to be strong through the upper back, through the shoulders, squeezing the glutes. Inhale. And exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or you can come through Chaturanga all the way down to the mat. We'll point the toes. Let's take the feet, hips width apart, and making our way into snake pose. So we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, palms towards each other. And let's pulse through our snake. We'll do about 3 pulses. Inhale, we're going to open the chest, send the fists down towards the feet, and exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting. Find strength through the upper back. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands, bring the hands by the chest. We'll tuck the toes under, send the hips back and up, and find your downward dog. And again, continuing to breathe those deep Ujjayi breaths, breathing with sound. The navel drawing towards the spine. See if you can find that suction, the vacuum in the abdomen, in the pelvic floor. Look in between your hands. Inhale, walking or jumping feet to hands if you wish. Extend through the spine, looking up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground down through the feet, rising up, palms touch. And exhale, hands, heart center. Inhale, raise your breath. Maybe adding a little bit more of a back bend, hips forward. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, jumping or stepping the feet back, finding your high plank. Inhale there. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming all the way down to the mat. Let's bring the elbows onto the mat. We'll stack the hands. And we're just going to move through some Shalabhasana legs, so just the legs. We're going to alternate between the right leg and the left leg. We'll just do the right side first. I want you to try to keep the hips down. So don't lift the hip up as you're coming into these postures. Keep the hip down, connected to the mat. So we're just using the glute strength as we move through. So let's start with the right leg. Inhale, lift the leg up, keep pressing that right hip down. Exhale, low. We'll do 5 each side. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting, press the hip down. Exhale, low. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And switching legs, left side. Inhale, lift the leg. Keep the hip down. Exhale, low. Inhale, lift. Exhale, low. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll plant the hands by the chest, tuck the toes and the hips back and up, downward facing dog. And just breathing nice and deep again. As always, you can bend your knees in your downward dog. Just find that long spine. And looking between your hands, inhale, walk or jump feet to hands, extend through your spine, look up. Exhale, forward fold, head comes in. Ground down through your feet, inhale to come all the way up, palms touch. Okay, maybe a little back bend if you're going well, and exhale, hands heart center. Last sun salutation, inhale, raise your breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, finding your high plank. Inhale there. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or through your Chaturanga Dandasana, all the way to the mat. And we're going to take the arms forward for alternate arm and alternate leg. Again, this is a variation of our locust. So we'll start with the right leg, left arm. Inhale as you lift up as high as you can. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. Keep the tailbone tucked as well here. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Alternate arm and leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Make all the work come from the glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Working through the lower back, the upper back. Inhale. Exhale. The last one. Inhale. Exhale. And on the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing the hands by the chest. Tucking the toes under. Option to tuck the pelvis under. Pressing up if you can on the inhale. And then pushing back. Finding your downward dog. Lifting sit bones to the ceiling in your downward dog. And looking between your hands. Inhale, walking or jumping feet to hands. Extend through your spine, looking up. Exhale, forward fold, head in. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms touch. And exhale, hands heart center. We're going to heel toe the feet, hips width apart. Sinking through the heels, bending the knees, and finding our chair. Just working through the glutes, waking up the legs. So driving through the heels, but pressing the toes into the mat as well here. Finding length through your spine. Opening through the chest and the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, we'll just step the feet back and find downward facing dog. And send the right leg towards the ceiling, finding our three-legged dog. As always in that three-legged dog, don't allow that right hip to open. Keep it locked down in line with the left and press back through that left thigh. Can you feel that stretch through the back of that left leg? Inhale. Exhale, bend that right knee. Squeeze the thigh and chin comes to the knee comes to the chin. And inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, round and squeeze. Inhale, send it back, three-legged. Exhale, round and squeeze. We're going to plant the foot this time. Find that compression. Drop that right foot between the hands if it's available. We're going to plant that back heel and make our way up into our warrior two. So peel the hips and the chest open to the long side of your mat. Your drishti, your gaze point is over the tip of the right hand. So gaze over that front hand. Soften the shoulders. See if you can lift the inner arch of that left foot and notice what happens in this hip. Hopefully you feel the hip open a little bit more. Drop that back hand to the leg. Inhale, open up. Exhale, make your way back to warrior two. Inhale, open. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, open. Exhale, warrior. Inhale, open, drive into that right heel. Find the space. Exhale, warrior two. Holding this time, inhale. Find that length through the side body, through the ribs. Keep driving into that right heel. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Straighten that right leg, pivot on that right heel. And we're going to be in a wide-legged position now. We're going to pull the heels in, turn the toes out, and start to sink down into a horse stance position. We're going to bring the hands onto the inner thighs. Make sure the fingers are inside of the thighs hip as we sink nice and low through those hips. Take an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to drop that right shoulder down. Peel the left shoulder back, so twisting through the spine here. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, left shoulder down. Right shoulder peels back. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale. Inhale, coming back. Exhale. Inhale, coming back. We'll hold this time. Exhale. Really press that right hand into that thigh. Keep sinking the hips nice and low. Find that twist through the spine. Just gazing back, just behind that left elbow. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. And again, press that left hand into that thigh, helping to open the hips as well as the upper back, the shoulders. Inhale through center. And exhale, let's take the hands back to the top of the mat. We'll step the right foot back to meet the left. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra pose. Point the toes, draw the elbows back. Find strength through the upper back. And exhale, tuck toes under, send the hips back, and up, downward dog. And breathe. Just checking that navel is in before we come into the left side. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Find that three-legged dog. Again, that left hip drops down. Press back through that right thigh, that right hip. Feel the stretch through that right leg. Remember, it's not about getting that foot high here. Inhale. Exhale, bend that left knee, draw it in, find that compression. Inhale, shoot it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it in, squeeze, round the spine, shoulders move forward. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, bring it in. We're going to plant the foot this time. Find that compression strength first and plant that left foot between the hands. Drop that back heel and inhale as you make your way up into that warrior two, left side now. And peeling the chest open, the hips open to the long side of the mat. Just working through that left heel. And just checking that that thigh is running in the same direction as your foot, that that knee isn't starting to fall inside. If it is, no worries. It's just the intention to press that knee out. Engage the legs, the outer muscles in that left leg. Soft shoulders. Drop that back hand. Inhale, open up. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, back to your warrior two. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. We're holding this one. Inhale. Find that space through that side body and keep pressing that left heel down. Lift the gaze if it feels okay in the neck. Inhale. And exhale, back to your warrior two. Straighten that left leg. Pivot on that left heel. And we're back in a wide-legged position, facing the opposite side this time. So bringing those heels in. I'm going to sink light and low into that squat position again. This time we're going to bring our hands to our heart center. So again, just check that those thighs are kind of running in the same direction as the feet. Move the feet around just to find where it feels good for you. Stay nice and low in those hips. It is really strong on the quads, this one. Inhale. As we exhale, press the hands away. Inhale, take the arms high, palms facing up, hands together. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, press the hands away. Inhale, make an offering. Lift. Exhale, hands together, receive. Inhale. Exhale, press the hands away. Inhale, offer. Exhale, receive. Stay with it. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, offer. Exhale, receive. The last one. Inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, offer. Exhale, receive. Inhale. And exhale, we'll windmill the hands back to the top of the mat. We'll set that left foot back now to meet the right. Finding that high plank. And exhale, lower down. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, point the toes, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under. Again, you can tuck the tailbone under if you wish to press up on your inhale. And press that. Downward facing dog. Inhaling. And exhale, drop knees to the mat. And we'll take a rest in our child's pose. As always, try to resist drinking water. There's a few of you at home who probably reach for that water bottle. And just try to resist if you can. And lifting the gaze, we'll come back to a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, send the hips back and up, and finding that downward dog again. Hopefully building a little bit of a sweat now. Heat building in the body. Just notice that heat. And we'll raise the right leg towards the ceiling again. Find that three-legged dog. And point the toe. And now we're going to open that hip, sending that foot nice and high. Just check that that right hand doesn't start to lift off the mat. Keep grounding through those hands. Inhale. Exhale, close the hip, bend that right knee, draw that right foot through between the hands. Finding our high lunge position. Inhale as we make our way up. Sinking through the hips. Imagine that you're holding a beach ball. So wrapping those triceps forward. Pressing through that right heel. Inhale. Exhale, spiral down. Left elbow hooks outside of the right knee as we come into our twisted prayer lunge. Draw the navel in. Keep that breath going. Work through the twist. Chest forward and up. Release the prayer. Inhale, send the arms forward. As we exhale, we're going to step into that right foot. Bring that left knee in. And inhale, send it back. Lean forward as you find that lunge again. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, shoot it back. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, shoot it back. Exhale, bring it up. We're going to hold it here. Interlace fingers in front of that left shin. Find that breath, find that balance. If you're going well, dropping that left ankle just above the right knee, hands coming to prayer, and we'll sink down. Finding our balancing pigeon. No worries if you fall out. Inhale, straighten the leg. Release that left foot from the right. Send the arms high, inhale. And exhale. Send that left leg back, finding that high lunge again. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, send that right foot back to meet the left. Option to come into downward dog. Option to rest in child's pose. Or option to take a vinyasa. Inhale as you move forward. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog now if you wish. And exhale, downward facing dog. Find that breath. Control the breath. Control the mind. Left leg reaches to the ceiling. Again, three-legged dog to begin with. Then point the toe, open that hip up. And when you reach that left foot high, working the outer glutes, working those muscles in the outer leg. Inhale, exhale, close the hip, bend that left knee, bring it through, plant the foot. And again, finding that lunge position. Inhale as you make your way up into your crescent. And driving through that left heel. Inhale. Exhale, spiral down. Coming into that twist. Right elbow hooks outside of the left knee. Navel is in. Chest moves forward and up. Finding that balance, not a little bit tricky. This posture, if you fall out, as always, you just have another go. Keep breathing, keep working into that twist with every exhale. And releasing. Inhale, send the arms forward. Exhale, step into that left foot. Bring that right knee up. Inhale to send it back. Exhale to bring it back up. Inhale to send it back. With control as best as you can. Exhale to bring it back up. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, bring it back up, and we're holding. Interlace fingers in front of that right shin. Find that breath. Control the breath. Again, option to stay here. Option to bring that right ankle just above the left knee. Hands coming to heart. And we're sinking down. Finding that balancing chair. If you fall out, no worries. If it's too much, just come back to the balance. It's all good. Releasing that foot, inhale. And exhale, send that right foot back. Hands move forward. Finding that lunge, inhale, crescent. And exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, send that left foot back. So meet the right. Again, you can find your downward dog. You can take rest or vinyasa. Inhale to move forward. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Holding that dog. Inhale. And exhale, drop knees to the mat. Knees together or knees wide as we sit back and rest in Charles. Just taking a moment. And lifting the gaze. We'll bring the knees together. We'll send the feet to the left. Sit back and come into a seated position. Let's bring the right leg in front of the left. How are we all doing? And getting there. Imagine doing what you're doing and trying to talk at the same time. It's a bit tough here. Right, good. Let's go into a little bit of a shoulder stretch as well as hip opening. As always, if you're quite open in the hips, feel free to take double pigeon here. Otherwise, just right leg in front of left is all good. I'm going to take the right arm up. Bring the hand to the top of the back and take the right elbow. Just draw the elbow towards your center line. As always, you can sit on a block here if that feels more comfortable for you. And just working those shoulders. Option to stay here. If you're going well, option, take the left arm out, internally rotate that left shoulder, and then see if you can take a bind with the opposite hand, taking that left hand up the back. Now catching your bind if it's available. You can use a strap here as well if you wish. Again, not necessary to take the bind if it's not quite there. It took me quite a while to get the bind in this posture. Sometimes I can't get it on the left side. Again, it's just acknowledging where your tightness is in your body. It's all good. Inhale and exhale. Let's fold forward. Notice how the stretch changes through the shoulders as you add a bit of flexion to the spine here. Just a couple breaths here. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, release. We'll straighten the left leg and draw the right heel in. So this is going to be a variation of Marichyasana A from the Ashtanga primary series. So the right heel in line with the right hip. Inhale. As we exhale, we're folding forward inside of that right leg. As always, our option one is just to be here. Again, we can be on a block, just working that body forward while we try to pull that right knee, hug it in to the side of the body. If you're going well, maybe you're taking a bind, internal rotation in that right shoulder to catch the opposite hand behind the back. And again, no worries. If you don't make your bind, or again, you can use a strap here. It's all good. And again, we'll just fold forward for a couple of breaths here. If you're going well, inhale, coming up. And see if you can lift that right foot off the mat if you have your bind. I'm just working into that right hip. If you're going well here, Maybe seeing if you can raise that left leg, working into that leg strength, abdominal strength. We'll stay a couple more breaths. Find energy through that left leg. Inhale and exhale, lowering down and releasing. Option to take a rest or option to join me for a vinyasa. Taking the hands forward, stepping the feet back to find your high plank, and exhale, lower down. Knees, chest, chin, or through your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, jumping forward. If you're practicing your jump forward, or just dropping the knees, shift the feet to the right this time, sit back and find your seated position again. And this time, the left leg in front of the right, or the left leg stacked on top of the right shin. Again, if you're working into your double pigeon. The left arm goes up this time, and we're taking the elbow. And again, just working into the shoulders here. At the same time, opening those hips. And again, we can be on a block. Option to stay here. Option, right hand palms behind the back. And we see if we can take that bind. Again, no worries if not. And again, we can use a strap. Inhale and exhale, folding forward. And again, just noticing how that stretch changes in the shoulders. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, releasing. Straightening the right leg, bend the left knee. Heel to the buttock. Coming into that forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward again inside of that left leg. Option to stay here if you're going well. Option to take your bind. And again, we can use a strap here. Inhale and exhale, moving forward. And again, we can be on a block. Especially if you have tight hamstrings, if you feel your weight is being shifted backwards, it's always good to sit on a block to help move those hips forward. Option to stay here. Option to lift that left foot up as you come back to an upright position. And again, maybe we're holding here. Maybe we're raising that right leg, finding that strength. And we'll hold a few breaths. Keep breathing. Keep using that bind to pull that leg into the side body. Keep the banders on. A couple more breaths. Final breath. And exhale, release. And again, option to take a rest, come for seated, or option to take a vinyasa. Hands forward if you want to take that vinyasa, stepping the feet back, finding your high plank. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, jumping forward, jumping through, or just dropping the knees, swinging the legs around. And we'll come down to a lying down position. Take the hands in front and come to lie down with control. Let's bend the knees, tuck the tailbone under. So I want you to feel that connection between the lower back and the mat. Keep that tucking in the tailbone, keep that navel drawing back towards the spine. Really feel that engagement through your core. We're going to pick the knees up. So the knees are going to be over the hips here. And feet or legs, hips distance apart. So don't have the knees together, hips distance apart. We're going to bring the hands to the side of the head. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, engage the abdomen, lift up. Bring the right elbow towards the left knee. Inhale to come down. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Squeeze the core. Inhale to come down. Exhale. Right elbow, left knee, inhale down, exhale, inhale down. Option to continue doing this, or you're moving that right leg straight. Inhale down, switching the legs. As if you want a little bit more in the core. Exhale to come up, inhale down, switch the legs, exhale. Inhale down, switch the legs, exhale. Inhale down, exhale. Inhale down, exhale. Inhale down, we'll try to do 2 more if you can, each side. Exhale. Stay with it if you can. Inhale to come down. Exhale. Inhale down, and we'll hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And dropping the feet back to the mat. So again, let's make sure that tailbone is tucked under. Make sure we've got that lower back connecting to the mat. Bring the hands either side of the body. We're going to straighten that left leg towards the ceiling. It's going to be so I'm going to do bridge here, but with that left leg lifted nice and strong. So again, it might be just a slight movement, just a slight lift from the mat. It's whatever feels good in your body. Inhale, press that right foot down, lift the hips up, work through that right hip. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, lift, keep the core on, squeeze. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up, really pull that tailbone under. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower. I'm going to hold on this 5th one. Inhale, lift up and hold. Squeeze that right glute. Find that core strength. Find that long spine. Holding 2 more breaths if you can. 1 more breath. And exhale, lower down. Bring that left ankle just above the right knee. Let's find our recline pigeon. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the right thigh. Option to find stillness. Option to rock from side to side here. I'm keeping that left ankle flexed to provide some support for that left knee. Just being mindful that the bum isn't lifting up here, that we're pulling that sacrum down into the mat. Just feeling that opening through the outer left hip. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bringing that left foot back onto the mat. Again, just make sure the setup is nice and good. The ankles underneath the knees or a little bit further away, whatever feels good. Tucking that tailbone under, hands onto the mat, and we'll straighten the right leg towards the ceiling now. Good. And those pulses on the left side. Inhale to lift up. Again, maybe it's just a little baby will lift. It's all good. Exhale to lower down. Just keep that tailbone tucked. Inhale to lift. Work through that thigh. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Last one, and we'll hold in the last one. Just breathe. Press through that left heel, the left toes. Press through that glute. Work through that glute. A couple more breaths here if you can. And exhale, lowering down. Bringing that right ankle now just above the left knee. Making our way into that reclined pigeon. Again, flex that right ankle. Pull the toes back to the shin. And again, option to rock. Option to find stillness. Whatever feels good. Inhale. And exhale, release the leg. We're going to take the arms out to a T. Let's bring the feet, the knees together. Lift the legs up, take an inhale. And as we exhale with control, slowly, slowly, just lowering those legs over to the left. And dropping the head over to the right. As we release the spine, starting to bring that heart rate down. Nice and open through the chest. Maybe you can feel a stretch running across the chest into that right shoulder. And just allow everything to go. So just check that you're not holding on. Maybe you can feel tension. Maybe you're holding on in your legs a little bit here. Just relax, let go. The hard work is over. And draw your head back to center. As you inhale with control, draw the knees back through center. And exhale, dropping them over to the opposite side now. And dropping the head over to the left. And again, just finding comfort. Just relaxing totally. Maybe closing the eyes. And again, just allowing yourself to be. Don't force, don't hold on. Wherever your legs are, it's all good. If you release and the legs pop up a little bit, it's all good. Just allow that to happen. Keep those deep breaths going. And drawing your head back to center. As you inhale with control, bring those knees back through center. And we'll hug the knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. And bringing the hands onto the mat. Again, we're going to check that that lower back is connected to the mat. If it isn't, bring the hands underneath the buttocks, palms facing down a little bit, just to provide a bit of support for your lower back. We'll pike those legs towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, just lowering those legs about 45 degrees or into the point when that lower back starts to lift. So keep tucking that tailbone under to keep that lower back connected. It might help to lift the head and shoulders up a little bit as well here. And that can help just keep that lower back nice and safe, nice and grounded. Inhale and exhale. Let's lower the legs all the way down. And we'll come into our final posture, Shavasana. Taking those heels wide, taking up space with the arms. Just bring the shoulder blades under the back, chest open, close the eyes, releasing the bandhas, releasing the ujjayi breath. And just getting nice and comfortable in your Shavasana. letting go of the practice, letting go of anything that came up during the practice. It was a tough flow. So if you bailed on any of the other postures, it's all good. This is a slow process, the journey of discipline. The challenge is not to get frustrated with yourself. To beat yourself up if you can't stay in a posture, or if it becomes too much. Always listen to your body. You just try. Just try. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Let go. Doesn't matter. And over time, the strength will come, including the strength of mind as well. The flexibility will come, and the flexibility of mind will come as well. You'll find yourself in postures that you never thought would be possible. And you'll find yourself coping with the things that you never thought possible either in your daily life, all through the yoga practice. And maybe you wish to focus on the breath or the sounds of your world. Maybe you can hear the birds outside like I can hear from my yoga room. Anything to keep your mind present. And let's bring our awareness now back to the body. And we'll take a nice deep inhale. Exhale the breath completely, connect the navel to the spine. Inhale the breath into your heart space. Exhale the breath into the fingertips, the toes, as we start to bring movement back to the body by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles. Starting to move your limbs. Bringing your legs together, taking your arms overhead for a full body stretch. And draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. And as always, we'll take a moment to show gratitude. And we're thanking ourselves first and foremost for turning up on our mats. For thinking about our future selves and taking the time out and to improve our mindset, becoming the best versions of ourselves that we can be through the yoga practice. Let's rock from side to side and rock to our right hand side when we're ready, finding comfort on our right hand side. And blinking the eyes open, making our way back to a comfortable seated cross-legged position. And we'll bring our hands into Anjali Mudra at our heart center when we're there. Reconnecting with the breath. Maybe thinking of 3 things that you're grateful for this evening. It can be absolutely anything, from an important person in your life, or to the leggings, the shorts that you're wearing. And again, we'll finish with the sacred sound Om and 3 Shantis. Peace, peace, perfect peace. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om. Raising our hands to our heads for kindness in our thoughts, to ourselves and to others, to our hearts for kindness in our actions, and to our lips for kindness in our words. From my heart to your heart, always. Namaste. And thank you again for joining me on day 11 of online yoga for the quarantine. I hope that you all feel a little bit more open in your bodies, a little bit stronger in your bodies, especially your legs. It's a tough one for the legs today. My quads are going to feel that tomorrow. Thank you for your patience, your energy, and of course for joining me for these online videos. As always, there's plenty of other videos, and there will be. I'm going to continue to do these every day. There'll be plenty of videos for you to choose from. After this quarantine period is over, I intend to continue doing videos. I'm also going to start doing some videos that looks at individual postures. A few people have said it would be really good if you could do that, break down some postures. so that we can, you know, really explore individual postures. So look out for those. I will be doing those. They'll probably be pre-recorded. So look out for those. As always, please like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And feel free to donate as well if you are financially able to donate. Otherwise, please take these completely free of charge. And yes, and I hope you find a little bit more peace within yourself during these crazy, crazy times. I wish you all well. Ooh, there's some messages coming through. Oh, wonderful. Suggest some yoga music. Yes, I can suggest some yoga music. If you're on Spotify, yeah, it was tough for me. I was having to talk through it as well, Sally. So yeah, it was. I thought I was going to pass out at times, but no, it's good to, like I say, I always try to take you to your edge and get you to hang out there. If you're on Spotify, there is a playlist on there. It's Mantra by Karina G. And it's my playlist. I've put together lots of just nice mantras and yoga music, that you can certainly try. You're on Spotify, wonderful. Yeah, so search for a playlist, Mantra, Mantra, by Karina G. And that's just G, that's just the letter G, no double E or anything like that, just the letter G. And yeah, it's a really lovely place. So many songs on there that can yeah, just, because I did it on the first class and the YouTube, it just stopped my live stream because it's so copyright issues, you know, so I can't play awesome practice, good stream, yes, quads on fire, and hopefully it didn't, my computer doesn't seem to be overheating as well, so I think that update worked. Not charging it whilst I'm live streaming as well, I think that seemed to work, so I think we're all good moving forward. You've got it, oh wonderful, good stuff. So yeah, have a listen to that. I always all the time add new music to that playlist, so there's some wonderful music in there, and then you can play it in the background while you're practicing with me. It's really, really nice to do. But yeah, as always, if you have questions, please feel free to contact me anytime through social media, or get me on WhatsApp. My number is on Instagram and Facebook as well, so you can get me that way. Otherwise, that's it, guys, for another evening. I shall see some of you tomorrow evening, same time, 7 o'clock. Thank you, guys. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Love to you all.